Hello, I hope you are well today, and in today's video I would like to speak to you a little bit about R. R, it's a nice language for statistics when you are a data scientist, when you have to deal with a lot of data for data visualization. It's also amazing for data manipulation, of course. For data wrangling, it's also quite handy. And in today's video, I would like to show you an example of what I have done for a report I have published now 2-3 months ago. This is my report, and you see this was generated with R. I have used ggplot, which is really handy for creating data visualization. And I have, that's for the data. So I explain from a data set with the rate of crime. So I have downloaded and I had to manipulate a data set that stores a lot of different rate of crime in Victoria State. And from there, I could use some methods so wrangling, we can call it, different kind of methods to be able to display the data and to be able to make a conclusion from there, because most of the time it's quite difficult to have a clear result from the data we collected. We have some kind of data and we need to have an outcome from the data. And this is where R comes handy, because with R you can follow some patterns to be able to display and to be able to manipulate, so to treat the data correctly. We call it as well data mining. So that's the methods I have used. And then after, the result and discussion, the limitation as well. There are a lot of different variables you need to take into account for creating this kind of report. I speak also about the handy library dplyr. This is also where I got the data, the data set, which is the recorded offenses, so the number of offenses that happened in the state of Victoria in Australia. So here I'll just show it to you. You can use, on Mac you can use command return to install the libraries. For me, I will simply, if you're on Windows, you can simply do Control and Enter. So first, that's all of the library I need to load. And here, it's each column I need from the spreadsheet. So as you can see, I use read Excel, and that's to read a Excel document, which is not the same with CSV. CSV, it's easier if you have Excel, if your file is a file such as mine, so XLSX extension, you will need this extension, so this library. And you can of course use install packages like this to install it. So if I do like that, perfect. And again, it will ask me to update the package, if I need to update it or not, because I have it already on my computer. And there, after that, I need to restart RStudio. As you can see here, I do a lot of manipulation. I need to remove unnecessary columns, doing some cleanup. We can call it data tidying. And I think I mentioned on my report manipulation tagging, so you can see it's important to do those kind of cleaning and tagging your dataset, wrangling and data, and tagging the dataset to only keep what we need, and that's very important. And then after there, I have a function get filtered offenses. I use obviously where is it? I use here ggplot 2, and you see there are a lot of different specific functions I had to use, such as Tion bar, that's fine, but I had to use a specific one to display this. This was a number, like a tooltip. I'm not sure what was the name again. Here I had to highlight. I use GG highlight to highlight the bar chart, so you can have it a little bit more gray, and then you see there it's been highlighted, so it's just easier to see. That one, unfortunately, I couldn't use ggplot for that one, so I have used the base R function, and that base R function is level plot. That one. And I think I do mention on my paper that I couldn't use ggplot. The result has been represented in a level plot of the lattice package. Yeah, here ggplot2 couldn't have been used in the specific representation as it doesn't handle matrices. And indeed, so in R you can create a matrix, and it's because I needed to have the dissimilarities with 1. So you have similarity, dissimilarities, and this is why I had to convert into a matrix. And to convert into a matrix, you have to do as dot matrix, like that. So as you can see, there are a lot of different handy functions there. Here I store also the weight per 100k population. If you look for that variable, you see it's been used there. Yeah. Anyway, I suggest you to use R. It's really powerful. R with RStudio. It's much more convenient, especially for nowadays. You know, in 2024, 2023, it doesn't really make sense to use R as R. You have to use RStudio. It's a much more modern experience, but you will see R is very powerful and you won't regret it, especially now where data is so important to manipulate the data and to visualize the data really, really quickly. R with RStudio, it's so handy. And here, as you can see, I have used a few blocks of comment, and with R, if you do 1, 2, 1, 2, then if you do 3, 4, and then here I need 3, 4, it becomes a block. You can see I can hide it and re-show it, and that's really handy, especially for readability. I can just close this and this. It's a little bit like a function in a IDE such as Visual Studio Code and IntelliJ and WebStorm, where you can also just minimalize the function to only the signature of the function. Here to be only the signature of the comment, where inside actually in fact we have a lot of code. And so you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 hashtags. And here that on the graph 3, it's also to display, like I need to load all of the functions, a range. So if I load everything, you will see the result. Library, we load the packages. You can see that's one. In my case, I want the graph. That's the last one. But if I want to graph one, I'll just select this one, and then I do Command or Control if you're on Windows, but for me to be Command and then the key return, Command return or Control return. And then you can see this is what I have. And with R, you can save it. So you can do export, save as an image, or save as a PDF. And also in R, when you are creating a variable, when you do comment and then comment and dash, so hyphen or dash, so comment dash key, it will do this. And that's a better way than to assign variables like this. It's just more readable, and it's suggested in R you have, it's highly recommended for you to assign your variable with arrow symbol. So it will be Command or Control and then dash. And here I have one variable, and now I can display that one. And now I want to know the structure of it, so I do str, and then I can display it. You see, it's a character. Then I can do class, character, and then I can do summary. You see, beautiful. Also, what I suggest you to do is to read online and to practice. RStudio, they release a new update almost like once a month or something like that. There are so many new features. It's amazing. You can do so much with R, and there are so much out there online where you can read. Here is just an example of a code I have done myself. And as you can see, I'm also using the 4.1 R feature, the native pipe operator, and natively supported. So you can have a look online. This is the one I'm speaking about. Like, even if you do your research online, you will be able to find it on Stack Overflow, for instance. ChatGPT can also be really helpful for you if you have any doubt of using one specific R function, or when you use the pipe operator, for instance, because the pipe operator helps you to have your code more readable, but sometimes it might be also confusing. You also have the settings in R, and I always forget where it is. Profile session, open profile. No, it's definitely not there. So let's have a look together. Where is our session? No, it's not here. Debug, profile, tool. All right. Every time, let's do about now. It's not here. About service, no. File. It's not there either. Edit, settings. Okay, it's in edit. I know it doesn't make much sense, I would say. And you see, now they even added Copilot for R, and that's just amazing. Having Copilot in R is just game changing, believe me. In this project file with GitHub Copilot. Yes, and this is my username from GitHub. It reuses from the session because I have Copilot already set up on VS Code and IntelliJ. So that's why it's much easier, but yeah, this will be amazing. So I do apply. Yeah, I will restart later. And then after that, you have a lot of different options also for Python. R Markdown, it's a really good one for documentation and so on. And then, yeah, you also have an option to support natively the pipe operator, the one I showed to you, because before you had to use so if I go R, use it by default RStudio, you had to use a package called I forgot the name, package for pipe operator in R. It was the name of the artist. Where's the package again? Oh, here, migrate. So migrate R, that one. And now it uses natively, so you don't have to use migrate R anymore. And that one is heavily used, however, in dplyr, for instance, in all of the libraries you might use most of the time. Like for instance, in my case, I just do no for now, and I will do awk. Oh, okay, I have to restart. That's okay. So if you use dplyr or another one, so what packages are mostly used in R? What? Yeah, great. So let's reopen R. Perfect. So for instance, in dplyr, in tidyverse, so tidyverse, most of the well, everywhere in tidyverse it uses migrate R. So yes, that's it for today, and I wish you an amazing day. And here what I'm doing is to update all of the packages to the libraries. So RStudio allows you to install packages, that's fine, but also to check for package updates. And this is what you can also do. So you can just reload them, and it restarts automatically R in the background, as you can see. That's nice too. And I will just close that one. Perfect. So you can see it's going well. Yeah, beautiful. And then you can also keep RStudio up to date, especially if you want to use like Copilot, for instance, and you want to change the completion after seconds, but maybe there's a bug. Well, that's why you have to keep it up to date, because the team behind RStudio, they are doing an amazing job, and very often they update a new version like RStudio, GitHub. You can even have a look. That's the official one. Perfect. So if I go to the RStudio, that's a repo, and here I can see all of the tags of the different versions, and 14 hours ago it was the last commit. Yeah, and normally they also have like a change log. They have a readme. Well, they have, I'm not sure where they show the change log for the version, but I can see that they don't use the release. I mean, they use the tags only, so there is no releases. But you can see the last version apparently was on October 14th. So basically yesterday or today, because it's 1 AM for me. But that's just a tag. It's minor, but you can see like almost, yeah, every month basically. Yeah, it's really nice. So I highly suggest you to use R. The community is big. R, the language itself, is a nice and elegant language, similar to Python. And yeah, I hope you will enjoy coding and visualizing and manipulating data thanks to R. See you in another video.